Well, hello. Thank you for being here today. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yes, hi. My name is Nyambo Masamara. I'm fashion and artist. Exhibiting with the IPAF here today. Yeah.
Since you're exhibiting with IPAF, can you talk a little bit about this piece and what it means?
This piece, it's actually a letter that I was writing to the hereafter. It was a conversation that I wanted to have, or that I've been having in my head with, those who walked earth before us. So I wanted to show my appreciation, my gratitude of what they've done today. I wanted to celebrate their lives and make sure that they know that what they've done was never in vain. I wanted to make sure to ensure them that we stand on the tallest shoulders and we can only reach to the skies. Yeah.
Along with that, can you talk a little bit about your artistic practice and where you draw inspiration from?
Yeah. So my inspiration mostly comes from my life's experience. I was born in Rwanda and I grew up in different sides of Africa as a refugee. During that time, I've never had a voice. We lived, to see another day. When I finally found the voice, it came in forms of art and fashion and everything creative. So I'm inspired by my life's purpose, basically, yes. Yeah.
And have you found that your artistic kind of style has changed, or would you say that you kind of stick to the same mediums or the same materials? Because right now I see we're going to get to your fashion a little bit, but you're wearing stuff that you've designed, beautiful clothing, but you also have this sculpture here. So.
Yes. So it really didn't change, but it's evolved, So basically the way it started was in one medium, but then again in the way of elaborating or broadening the canvas, the story started growing. So therefore I had to look for another medium to better tell the story, to make sure that the story is told properly. Mm-hmm. So that's where a lot of things start coming in, and then art of creativity start growing from there. Yeah.
Which came first?
Yeah. So in these forms, fashion, actually music came first. Okay. Then lead to fashion, and fashion leads to conceptualizing images into the fashion films, to the sculpturing, basically, yes.
Please talk more about your fashion. Can we I want to know, where do the color, how do you find these colors, your patterns?
Yeah. So to be honest, I was very fortunate to inherit such talents. So fashion comes from, the colors and everything, print comes from my mom. She used to be textile, involved in African textile markets. Mm-hmm. And then I grew up surrounded by African fabric. And when I started doing fashion, which I inherited from my grandfather, who was a tailor, so then merged those two, then that's how the fashion was born, basically, yes.
So can you sew yourself?
Yeah, no, definitely, yes. We do everything from sewing, textile designing, garment construction, and more. Yeah.
And then talk about your upcoming projects.
Yes. Yeah.
And shows a little bit.
So we have quite a lot happening in this month of March. So, there's a Cape Town Fashion Week happening on 25th, from 21st to 25th of March at Cape Town Convention Center. I'll be part of that. Okay. I hope you'll be there.
Yes, I will totally be there.
Yes, and then we have Cape Town Fashion Week happening on the 1st of April. Mm-hmm. Also, we're going to be part of that, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Can you also speak, so I've asked you a little bit about the sculpture and the fashion, but can you speak about the performance that you did at the opening ceremony?
Yeah.
You were one of the only artists that kind of incorporated a performance piece in your work.
So, yes, basically the performance element is also in addition to the storytelling, basically, like we said, the work keeps evolving, So I did that piece when I did Men's Fashion Week last year, May, and then the sculpture was a built-up of that performance. you know, and it felt appropriate for us to have that, performance around when we're revealing the sculpture, you know. So we wanted to connect with people. We wanted to show where the where this sculpture comes from, you know, the message, the letter that we were writing. We wanted people to feel it and be part of it as we perform around the sculpture revealing. Yeah.
And there was a question that had been asked that I think is really important to document.
Yeah.
Is what would you have told your younger self now, and that like, for advice?
Oh, tough one. But I think I would tell my younger self to never ever compromise, and also to reach for the stars, basically, not to be scared, because everyone has something to say, and there's someone out there who's willing to listen, to never compromise with who they want to be, and to just live life and enjoy the life as it is gift.
Along with that, what advice do you have to everyone as they see this, that are inspired, and all the young creatives and entrepreneurs who want to get their work out there in the public sphere?
Yes. Listen, while we're trying to communicate and educate, and if you have something to say, you have to share it with the world, because you never know the impact it can have to someone who's watching or listening. So I think it's very important for us to be brave enough to be able to speak of what's experiences or what's going on, so that we can be able to inspire and motivate those who might not have courage, or strength to be able to stand, or face the challenges they're going through. So I think it is very important, if you have something to say, to gather your courage and strength and be able to share your life with the world.
That's great advice.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a lot of respect for public artists and public artists, specifically because your work is accessible to people. It's out there. They don't have to go into a space to see it. How does that impact you, that your work is in the public sphere, and once it's there, you kind of don't have control over it? You can't really control the environment. They interpret it in their own way.
It's like, it's both like, exciting, but also nerve-wracking at the same time. But I like to look at the positive side of things. Basically, what it enabled me is to be able to reach my masses, and also connect with people who don't have access to the galleries and who don't even know that art is a medium that can be used to communicate, So when they come and be challenged, mentally, spiritually, physically, so, our work, the public helps, to actually broaden, what we are doing. So I think it's very important for us to exhibit and bring the work to the people, those who don't even know, things such as, art, and see how they engage with it. Yeah.
So as you tell us to dream big, what's the long term? What's the dream here?
I'm living the dream.
I mean, that's good. You're living the dream.
I'm living the dream,
You can always dream bigger.
Yes, I'm seeing us kind of like, painting our colors everywhere in the world. I'm seeing us, being the biggest thing ever come out of African continent, as we have a big responsibility, to share the African story without, compromising, also mostly from African perspective So I think from a few years from now, the world, is going to see what Masamara is made of.
Are we hearing international scale here?
100%, yes.
Some traveling?
Yes. We have quite a lot already scheduled. So literally we have 6 months booked, internationally, basically, yes. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions that I have. Thank you so much for
thanks to you.
Talking about your work.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
No, it's an honor. Thank you for creating a platform like this and making us, reach people, communicate, and share our gifts with the world. Cool. Thank you.